General, it's the gunners. They've got us surrounded.
Hold fast, Minutemen. We must defend the town long enough for the civilians to escape.
Gates down, boys. This is our chance.
The battle for Quincy has begun as the gunners launch an all-out assault on the Minutemen's stronghold. Will the town fall, or will the Minutemen stand victorious? You're watching War Games News Radio, and this is Battle Report Breakdown Season 2, The Gunners versus the Minutemen, in Dangerous Munitions. Hey there, Wastelanders, and welcome back to War Games News Radio for another installment of Battle Report Breakdown playing Fallout Wasteland Warfare by Modifius Entertainment. And in this episode, we have a brand new faction debuting here on the channel as we pit the Gunners against the Minutemen in a classic Fallout 4 reenactment of the Battle of Quincy. This battle between these two rival factions takes place just a little bit before the events of Fallout 4 and sets the stage for a lot of things that happen in the game. So I thought, what better way than for the Gunners to make their debut than by reenacting this fight on the tabletop. We are going to be playing the Dangerous Munitions scenario, which is a run and gun mission that you can get your hands on for free in the Fallout Wasteland Warfare AI Handbook. So if you want to pick that up, follow the link in the description below to the Modifius downloads page. As usual, I need your help choosing a battle MVP in this scenario. So once you're done watching, leave a comment down below and let me know which unit you think outshone the rest. That unit will get added to a very special all-star battle report lineup coming very, very soon. Now, the Gunners have a ton of special rules and faction abilities, which make them an absolute powerhouse on the tabletop. But the Minutemen came to play in this scenario as well, with some named characters and some aura buffs all their own. So without further ado, let's get into the action on Gunners versus Minutemen, Dangerous Munitions. Let's hit it. Here we've got the Gunners making their debut on the channel, going up against a squad of Minutemen here in the ruins of Quincy. We've got a whole heap of urban terrain here on this map, and we're going to be using some of the new rules out of the Commonwealth expansion. Our forces will begin deployed in this far right corner here, and it'll be up to us to make it all the way across the board within 8 turns. If any one of our units end a battle round within base-to-base contact with the objective marker, then that will be a Gunner's victory. The Minutemen forces will be broken into 2 squads of 3 units apiece, each led by a commander, one of these 2 units here, and 2 Minutemen. For the Minuteman General, I'm using a proxied model, which is provided to the channel by Corbin Creations. They're a friend of the channel. If you want to get your hands on some of their awesome proxied models for Wasteland Warfare, check out the link in the description down below. Each one of these Minutemen squads will be deployed in the far back corners of the map here, and it's going to be up to them to try to stop our gunners from making it into the compound and reaching their objective within 8 turns. Leading up our force is a gunner commander equipped with T-45 power armor, a plasma rifle, and a Ripper. They also have the commander leader card, which allows them to dish out some additional action points to nearby units. Then we have 2 sergeants, each equipped with laser rifles, 2 privates with combat rifles, and 1 conscript with a 10mm pistol and a baton. Leading up the Minutemen using the Preston Garvey unit card is General Matt Dix Williams, named after one of our Chosen One members on Patreon. They're equipped with the laser musket and the long barrel mod, which this unit gets for free. A Minuteman Colonel using the Ronett Shaw unit card, also equipped with a laser musket. And rounding out our adversaries are 4 standard Minutemen, all once again equipped with laser muskets. To make things interesting, I've added 2 turrets to the front of the compound here, but they won't operate like standard turrets. Instead, at the end of the battle round, I will roll a luck die for each of these 2 turrets. If I get an unlucky result, then that turret will then fire on the closest gunner unit. There are 6 searchables scattered across the board, with a lot of danger cards shoveled into the mix here, as well as a lot of high-end loot in the Wasteland deck. So a lot of weapons, healing items, and maybe even some power armor mixed in there as well. Much of the 3D printed scatter terrain that you see in this video was provided by M3 Studios. They make all kinds of Fallout Wasteland Warfare and post-apocalyptic themed terrain packs for you to 3D print at home, and they come highly recommended by us here at the channel. So if you want to check out some of their work, then check out the links down below. It's time to see if the Gunners can rout the Minutemen from Quincy once and for all. So let's get into the action on Dangerous Munitions. Start of round 1, and we are deployed. We've got the first group of Minutemen here at the back, led by the General at the back right corner, and then we've got Ronnie Shaw's crew and her 2 Minutemen there, and then our gunners are deployed with 1 sergeant and a private, and then the rest of the gang here, sergeant, private, conscript, and our commander. I'm going to get to activate first thanks to the Gunner Commander's Tactician special ability, which means that anyone within blue doesn't count towards calculating advantage. So even though we have the same number of forces compared to the adversaries, here we're going to get to go first as long as I keep everyone nice and tight within that blue range. I'm going to activate the Commander first, and because of his leader ability, I get to add 2 tokens on his card which count towards quick action points that he can give out to other units if he keeps them within presence range. So I'm going to go ahead and activate him. And because of the Faction Orders ability, the Commander can also activate one lower ranked unit within a range of yellow and selects the conscript, giving them a 2-for-1 activation this round. And I also get to roll for VATS, so let's see if we're able to get some action points. We do. Well, having that quick action is kind of a boon, so I'm going to move regular movement once, which brings me just within long range of that first turret down there. I'm going to take a shot with my plasma rifle. Plasma rifle hitting on 6s. It's a swing and a miss with the first shot. And the commander spends his second action to prepare. And I'm going to take one of the quick action points from the commander to the conscript here. Then I'm going to use that quick action to quick move, because the conscript moves so freaking fast with red. Quick move down to yellow. Moves and reveals. Whoa, danger card. Well, conscript drawing for a danger card got... shocking, just 1 point of damage straight through, no armor roll. Not great, but we are going to get an item. The conscript got Nuka-Cola. Remove 3 hit points, then add 1 point of radiation, and then gain a quick action point. And just like the commander, the conscript also prepares with their last action. Minuteman General activated first, and he's going to take 2 big moves just to try to get himself into the running and away from these buildings here. Back to my side, again, it's going to be another one of these double activations thanks to the orders ability. Sergeant this time, giving orders to the private. So I'm going to take my sergeant and make them ready and take a shot at long range at this Minuteman right there in the open. Laser rifle at long range, hitting on 6s, adding in a green die because of the experience special ability, which allows you to add 1 extra colored die as long as you don't already have one into the roll. So going with green this time. Let's see if we can hit. That is a crit fail, but a quick action, so that's kind of cool. So I'm going to use that quick action and make a quick attack and do the exact same thing, this time hitting on 4s. That's a hit, no special effect. 2 damage on 1 armor, stops 1, takes 1. Then we're gonna do another one of those attacks, exact same thing, not quick attack this time. That is a miss. Private gains a quick action because of their on the double special ability, and we're going to move once regular move, then a quick shot with the combat rifle because of the suppressing fire aura ability coming off the sergeant. Combat rifle, quick action, hitting on 3s. That's a miss with the first, then a regular action shot hitting on 5s. Ooh, that's a hit for 1 armor break, so that's 2 damage, 1 armor. Takes it both. Well, not liking how his buddy here just got shot a bunch of times, this Minuteman is going to act first, and they're out of range to take any shots down that way right now, but instead they're going to move once to see what if they can get an item here, which they do. Minuteman draws from the Wasteland deck and reveals the missile launcher. Okay, they can't use big guns, but Ronnie can, so I guess probably just gonna leave that there for Ronnie. She can move into base-to-base contact and pick that up. That sucks. For their second action, they are just out of range, taking a shot down there at the gunner private, so they're going to prepare instead. As tempted as I am to throw these 2 down this side and deal with those 2 Minutemen at the back here, I'm gonna see if I can't finish the job over here and move once and then take a long-range laser rifle shot at that wounded Minuteman. Laser rifle at long range, hitting on 6s. That's a hit. Oh, that's a hit, dealing 3 damage. That's more than enough to take that Minuteman right out of the game. That's a ton of damage gone through, and not a good start. That breaks the aura of this side, at least when it comes to the +2 for the Minuteman hits. Great shooting. The private, on the other hand, is going to take a double move, try to make some ground, put themselves a bit in the open, but that might serve as a bit of a distraction. The Minuteman reacts to the private's movement and takes a shot with their laser musket, but because of the quick action, it shoots way wide. Reacting to that final move, I will spend my reaction tokens. Here from these 2, a quick move and another from the conscript. A bit of a risky play, perhaps, putting him right out in the open, being that he's my fastest one, but I'm hoping that he can maybe soak up some damage if these turrets go on and then send our commander in through to finish the job. But we're gonna have to round through the rest of our Minutemen and see what happens. Ronnie moves once to get in contact with the missile launcher dropped by our Minuteman there, and is then going to take a long-range shot down through and try to do a bunch of damage. Ronnie targets this point right here, which is then going to envelop all 3. Ronnie with the missile launcher hitting on 3s. That's a swing and a miss. The Minuteman at the very back of the board takes 1 move towards the conscript and takes a shot but misses. And the last Minuteman moves twice to stay within range of the general. And that's the end of the battle round. So let's go ahead and roll for our turrets. Let's see if this one's gonna go off. It is not. Let's see if that one's gonna go off. It is not. Lucky day. A good opening salvo, thinning the Minuteman numbers, but it's going to be a tough run getting past those turrets, I think, and getting past this squad at the back of the board. So let's get into round 2. Event for round 2, we got Super Mutant Broadcast. An unattended radio plays.
Humans, if out there and need help, we help you. Come to Shaw School Place. We promise not tear you, eat you, learn from them.
No effect. Top of round 2, and we are still going to get to go first. We've got way lots of units inside that blue presence range, and even though the Minutemen are down 1 number and Ronnie Shaw has a similar ability to the commander, we're still going to get the numbers advantage. So we're going to activate the commander and do the same double activation here with the conscript. Command tokens down and good to go. Let's roll for the commander's VATS on a star. Nope, no extra action points, so just regular actions. I'm going to go ahead, move once, cover be damned, and then we're going to take a laser rifle shot into the gunner general through cover. Plasma rifle hitting on 4s. That's a miss. Conscript activates, gains a quick action token there, which they will use to make a quick action towards this item here. Regular action, see what we get. Ooh, search test. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. It's one of the only objective skills that they can do. So yeah, we'll make that test. Conscript searching on a 6. Hey, that's gonna do it. So far, the conscript's getting all the items in this game. Let's see what we get. Stim pack, another healing item. They are just jacked up. I think in total now I can remove 7 hit points from this one unit, and I guess I could share in around 2, but yeah, as far as him being the fastest and also now the healiest, I think I might have a plan for who to run towards the objective there. Well, unluckily for me, Ronnie Shaw's gonna get the first Minuteman activation, and she's gonna do another missile launcher shot down here. Ronnie with the missile launcher hitting on 3s. Oh, that is a hit with an action point and an armor break. A 2 damage, 1 armor break explosion goes off, damaging absolutely everybody in this cluster here. The armor break is going to make sure that 2 damage goes straight through onto the conscript, and these 2 are going to have 1 armor each. Stops 1, takes 1. Stops 1, takes 1. Well, this whole squad just had their bell rung. No good there at all. Ronnie's going to finish off her attack with a long-range laser musket shot on the private here. Ronnie with the laser musket hitting on 7s. Miss, and just barely. After that shot, the sergeant doesn't really much like being out in the open, so they're going to move once to take advantage of the cover of this junk barricade here and take a long-range laser rifle shot through at Ronnie. Laser rifle, extra green for the experience special ability, hitting on 2s because of the junk barricade 2-piece of cover rule. That's a crit fail. No dice. Conscript is going to get the orders activation for this one, and they're just going to take 2 moves and cheese it up the board to gain some cover here and try to back up their buddy, the conscript. Minuteman General's next to go. They're going to move once, gain access to this danger card. Whoops. And drawing for their danger card, they got Containment Leak. Test perception, see if you turn it off. If we pass, no effect, and otherwise it's going to be some radiation damage. So let's just see. Perception, I believe, is a 6. That's a crit fail. Doesn't matter. It's going to be 2 rad damage plus a yellow die. Let's see if they stop it with their 1 rad resistance. They're going to take both. Off to a great start. They're just going to take their laser musket shot now in through onto the commander out in the open. Minuteman General hitting on 8s because of the laser musket specialty. That is a hit. Wow, that is a hit for 3 damage, 1 armor break. First bit of damage done on our commander, but it is going to bring us back to our side with only these 2 left to go. The sergeant takes 1 move and then a shot with their laser rifle, but misses, and the private does much of the same, taking 1 movement, a quick action shot, and a regular shot, which both miss. Well, once again, I am out of actions, and now it's time for the Minutemen to finish off their turn. Returning that incoming fire does no good for the Minutemen, who's lost their +2 to hit with their Minuteman aura broken. The Minuteman at the back has 2 wide open shots here at the commander, so they're going to go ahead and make that happen. Minuteman hitting on 7s. That is a hit for 3 damage, 2+1 strong armor. Stops it all. Second shot. Oh, also a hit, 2 damage, 2+1 strong armor. Stops 1, takes 1. And the last Minuteman moves just far enough to stay within aura range of their partner so they can get the +2 to hit, and takes a shot, but goes wide. End of round 2, and we've already put in some good work, but also taken some pretty big hits in the process. If we can just get this conscript
past the gates and book in on our next turn, I think we're going to be a shoo-in for victory, but we've got to resolve some of these turrets first before that happens. So let's go with this one here. On a luck symbol, nothing happens. On unlucky, we're going to take a shot. We're going to take a shot. So the conscript is going to get the dice rolled at them on this one. Second turret, let's see if they're going to activate as well. Nope, just one turret shot this time around. Machine gun turret through cover, hitting on 4s. That's a hit for 3 damage. 3 damage on 2 armor now because of the cover. Whoa, that was a 3. No dice. All that damage is going to go through on the conscript. Maybe I spoke too soon with 3 damage coming through on that turret. A good thing we've got some healing items, but we're going to have to make it through the next round first, and the Minutemen are going to get first run. So let's get into round 3.
Well, things are heating up in Quincy, and we'll be right back with the conclusion to this battle in just a moment. But if you like this video, then make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. And if you really like what we do here on the channel, then consider following the link below to our Patreon page. There, for as little as $3 a month, you can become a supporter here on the channel so we can make more videos more often for you to enjoy. And you can also get exclusive benefits like entry into future WGNR giveaways, access to polls, which help choose the direction of content and battle report lists, just like this one here on the channel, and you can even become a named character and immortalized in a future battle report or video. And that $3? It's $3 Canadian, so that's less than like a handful of bottle caps given inflation these days. But if monthly donations aren't your thing, we totally understand they're not for everybody. But then maybe consider heading over to our merch store where you can pick up some WGNR swag like crafting aprons, hoodies, or even some paint mugs so you can help support the channel and look good doing it. But that's enough shameless self-promotion. Let's get back to the video.
Event tech for round 3, we got quiet. Reactions, all skills are at +2. Well, Minutemen at the back activates first this round and is going to again take 2 shots through at our commander. Hitting on 7s. That's a hit for 3 damage, 2 +1 strong armor. Ooh, is gonna take 2. And that more than breaks the power armor. So not so great on the first shot. Second one coming through. Another 3 damage, 3 damage on 3 armor. Stops it all. The gunner commander's armor is broken and now they have 1 hit point of damage through onto themselves. Not looking so good for them, but it is going to be them who I activate first. So we're gonna go ahead and give them their bonus activation tokens. With a charge range of red, the commander can just get into contact with the general here and is going to take an attack with their Ripper, and they get a specialty with that weapon, giving them a +2 to hit. Gunner commander with the Ripper, hitting on 8s, extra yellow because of the Ripper's special ability, extra black for the charge. Here we go. That is a hit, could have been better. A hit just for 2 damage. 2 damage on 3 armor, takes it all. Because the Preston Garvey card has luck, I'm gonna go ahead and roll and see if I can reduce that damage by 1. Seems like the sensible thing to do. Nope, damage both goes through.
Noticing the conscript is getting dangerously close to the objective, the Minuteman who's backing up the general decides to take 2 shots, but isn't able to punch through the cover and does no damage.
Conscript is just in range of blue to be able to get a quick action point from the command ability off the gunner's leader card there, and then it's gonna be time to just book it. We're gonna do a quick action move once, a full move once, and then just with that insane red range, keep moving for a 3rd time. And yeah, we are now well past the defenses. On top of getting just a stone's throw away there, we're going to take the Nuka-Cola here, removing the 3 hit points and gaining a quick action, which we will use to prepare. So I was just able to stack on stack on stack a whole bunch of effects. In fact, all I need to do is get a reaction within perception range to make that trigger that reaction, then that's gonna be a victory. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, maybe not. It is time for the Minutemen to activate again, but it's getting close to endgame. Minuteman down on this side is activating next and is going to take a long range shot through here on this private trying to finish the job. Minuteman hitting on 5s. That is a hit for 3 damage. 3 damage on, what is it, 2 armor. Stops 1, takes 2. These only has 1 hit point left. Let's see if they can score another hit. Hitting on 5s. That hits 2 damage, 2 armor.
stops it all. He's gonna stay alive.
With just 1 hit point remaining, that private hangs on, but it's gonna bring it back to our turn. We're going to get our other private to move and try to trigger conscript at the end and potentially trigger a victory. All I have to do is get within this green awareness range, 1, call it 2 moves, and I can easily get within that range, triggering the move from the conscript, more than enough into that munitions depot.
Setting off the munitions and detonating the explosives brings the Minutemen's defenses tumbling down. Some survivors flee to Concord while others take up names in other parts and other settlements of the wasteland. Far from a flawless victory though, we took a lot of damage from missile launchers and laser muskets, but the superior training and weapons of the gunners has shone through and the Minutemen have been defeated. Well, thanks to overwhelming firepower and a little bit of luck from Manuka-Cola, the gunners have a win on their channel debut. Now this can be a bit of a tricky faction to wrap your head around and to keep all of the unit and faction abilities straight, so if you haven't already, make sure you check out my gunners review before you hit the tabletop. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more tabletop content coming your way every single week, including more reviews of the Commonwealth expansion for Fallout Wasteland Warfare, Fallout 2D20 live streams, and more Commonwealth battle reports coming your way. So as ever, stay tuned because WGNR will be back.